brutally. Meaning with examples. Pronunciation. Brutally. Brutally. It is an adverb. Meaning. 1. A brutal act or person is cruel and violent. 2. In a very cruel and violent way. 3. In a way that is likely to hurt someone's feelings, or offend people. 4. In a way that is very difficult to deal with, and is likely to make someone suffer. Examples. 1. He gave a brutally candid assessment of the president's performance. 2. In the house, he brutally stabbed to death a man he believed to be a demon. 3. I wished I could be like him, that I could wield my voice as brutally as a weapon. 4. Two men are fighting brutally in one spot, pounding each other, scratching, and clawing. 5. It was a brutally cold winter, with temperatures slipping under 0 degrees at night. 6. When a teacher asked why this was happening, he was struck brutally in the face. 7. In the Porsot province where we lived, the cadres were among the most brutally insane. 8. And then, brutally, the revelation that not all the danger had been in her mind after all. 9. She pulled the comb so brutally through Miggy's hair that she almost cried out. 10. Darkness came swiftly, brutally, there was no gradual change from light to dark. 11. His hand was throbbing brutally by this time, and the bandage was trailing loose. 12. Charlie approached, running his hand slightly ruefully over his new, brutally short haircut. Candidly. Meaning with examples. Pronunciation. Candidly. Candidly. It is an adverb. Meaning. 1. In a frank, outspoken, straightforward way, openly and without holding back. 2. In a way that is honest and true, especially about something difficult or painful. 3. Characterized by openness and sincerity of expression, unreservedly straightforward. 4. Not obscuring or omitting anything unpleasant, embarrassing, or negative. 5. Not posed or rehearsed. Examples. 1. Mark loves science fiction, and candidly, love seems rather too mild a description. 2. We do hear Gray speak candidly about his mother's death, and his own fears of suicide. 3. Did you think people were surprised to hear you talk about these matters so candidly? 4. When I got there the resources were so limited, she says, candidly. 5. Well, if I was speaking candidly, when I watch it the sound drives me crazy. 6. The host, Stephen Nolan, talks candidly to listeners about his own battle with obesity. 7. I haven't the faintest knowledge in which direction the entrance lies, Gail said candidly. 8. Let me tell you candidly my opinion. Again he smiled discreetly his almond oil smile. 9. She spoke candidly in front of her handlers, about the consequences of her advocacy. 10. Grieving connects us in ways that are subtly and candidly material, she writes. 11. There are some things too precious and important to be shared candidly. 12. They and Frank Sinatra went months without talking to him after he quoted them candidly. Carelessly. Meaning with examples. Pronunciation. Carelessly. Carelessly. It is an adverb. Meaning. 1. Use the word carelessly to describe something you do, without thinking too hard about it. 2. If someone does something carelessly, they do it without much thought or effort. 3. without taking or showing enough care and attention. 4. Way that is relaxed, natural, and free from worry. Examples. 1. The man was about 6 inches in front of the woman, strolling carelessly. 2. Some teenagers carelessly disregard the basic rules for wearing contact lenses. 3. We dreamed of the feasts we had carelessly eaten 7 months earlier. 4. Carelessly spoken words can sometimes unsolder ties of friendship. 5. Carelessly, I knocked my teacup over, and the tea went all over the tablecloth. 6. The global village of which we all speak carelessly, is at most a global convenience store. 7. All the pictures in the book were tipped in carelessly and are beginning to come loose. 8. His arms were folded across his chest, and one leg was thrown carelessly over the other. 9. A pair of young robins, dancing carelessly, entwined in the spirit of the calming breeze. 10. Kit flared, indignant as much at his tone, as at the dread word he uttered so carelessly. 11. Puppies don't deserve to be called litter-like, they had been dropped carelessly like garbage. 12. I walked carelessly up the road, unaware of what the coming darkness would reveal to me. Casually. Meaning with examples. Pronunciation. Casually. Casually. It is an adverb. Meaning. 1. Use the adverb casually for anything you do in a relaxed, informal sort of way. 2. In a way that is not formal, or not suitable for a special or official occasion. 3. Being without ceremony or formality, relaxed or, a casual evening with friends. 4. In a way that is not serious or considered, or that happens by chance. 5. In a way that is not regular or fixed. 6. In a way that is not permanent, or is only done when a company needs more workers. Examples. 1. She found out when he casually mentioned that he had after-school detention. 2. Ordinarily I might have let such a comment pass, especially one so casually made. 3. More people are working part-time, getting made redundant, and being employed casually. 4. Moreover, those who resorted casually to litigation were exposed to severe penalties. 5. As a book to pick up and read casually, it contains lots of interesting facts. 6. Even anyone who is more than casually interested in data structures should read this book. 7. Jump into the harbor, he said casually, as another kid might say, I'm going to get a Mac. 8. I'd said it casually, but the phrase caught hold, and was amplified across the press. 9. In trying to speak casually, I'd forgotten how weighted each little phrase could be. 10. Halfway across she ran into Joe Stevenson, a local businessman she knew casually. 11. We crossed the street as casually as possible, Emma clutching my arm in a death grip. 12. He quite naturally and casually took a nip at her hand, before proceeding toward Rome. Cautiously. Meaning with examples. Pronunciation. Cautiously. Cautiously. It is an adverb. Meaning. 1. Acting cautiously means being careful and hesitant, the way you step cautiously into the first dark room of a haunted house. 2. In a careful and well-considered way that avoids risk. 3. Carefully, especially in order to avoid danger, mistakes, or risks. Examples. 1. We need to tread cautiously, and ensure we do not lose public support. 2. We crept cautiously and silently from tree to tree, till we got a good view of the scene. 3. She saw nothing and stepped cautiously into the hallway, looking both ways. 4. Cautiously her fingers felt the ground around her, and touched the cold steel barrel. 5. Maria cautiously leads Liz and Simon into what appears to be a girls' dormitory. 6. 2 more of his men moved cautiously from the forest, looking for Elise or Dan to appear. 7. They climbed the bank, and looked out cautiously from the long grass at the verge. 8. For the next week she cautiously accepted his occasional displays of affection. 9. When dropped very cautiously into cold water, it dissolves into a clear solution. 10. He got up and padded cautiously to the entrance of the trailer's small bathroom. 11. Holding him tightly though his arms ached, he began to move cautiously toward the light. 12. They had to tread cautiously between sinking ships and patches of drifting wildfire.
If you like the video, please hit the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel for more videos.